We are so pleased to be joined by the head coach of the still unbeaten Carthage Bulldogs. It is Coach Scott Surratt. Coach, thanks for your time.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys having me.
Congratulations on your big win. Obviously, I know you guys had that one circled for a while on your schedule. What was now that we're past it? What was kind of the game plan? What was the mindset going into this game against Gilmer?
Well, it's always a huge game, when you play a great program like Gilmer. But it was just to really our only goal was to be more physical than those guys, and I think we were. And because we were not very happy the way we played the week before as far as being physical. And so I thought that was really our only goal, was to come out of it healthy, and we did that too.
And the biggest, you mentioned being physical. Obviously, on the ground, you guys did your thing. You guys got a great game from Keontae Ingram, your junior running back, 215 yards. This really, it seems like you guys were able to impose your will on the ground. How important was it for you guys to be able to run the ball in this game?
It was very important. Like I said, Keontae only had like 70 yards a week before, and we were very super disappointed in that. And, we made a big emphasis in practice to get the run game going, because we've been throwing it very well, and we continued to do that the other night. And I think we threw for four more touchdowns. But for us to be our best offensively, we got to stay balanced.
And, of course, you guys got off to a great start. You guys jump out to a 21-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. I imagine, look, every coach wants to start hot, but for you guys, what was the key to getting on the board and really starting off this game quickly?
Well, the key was to get our running game going, and we did. And first, they got the opening kickoff, and they drove it down there, and then we got stopped and made them punt. And then actually, they made us punt the first time we got up to midfield, and then we got a quick turnover, and then we scored. And it was actually, then they kicked a field goal, I believe. It was actually 21-3 after the first quarter. So we really got the run game going, and we was very physical and controlled their screen game. That was huge, and not giving up a big play all night over the top. And we were able to achieve those things.
And the other part is, it seemed like both of the starts after breaks, so beginning of the game and then right after halftime, you guys come out and you grab a really commanding 49-17 lead. What'd you tell your kids at halftime? You guys had the lead, but what was your message to your kids at halftime?
Simply that every game they had, they played a lot better in the second half. I know against Center it was 27-21, and then it ended up 70-21. And then Liberty Christian was very close at half, and then all of a sudden they scored 70 more points. So, we knew we was going to get their best shot, and we had to keep grinding the ball and playing hard and just get them off the field.
And I want to ask you about your defense as well. You mentioned this is a high-powered Gilmer attack. Poppy Brown their quarterback had been really, really sensational going into this game, and it seems like he's going to be sensational the rest of the way. But for you, defensively, what were you keying on? What was your main objective going into this game defensively?
Well, we had to stop or control. I don't think you can stop it completely. Their screen game, because I know they threw like 45 screens against Liberty Ilo and really hurt them, and been very successful in the screen game all year. And if you let those guys get the screen games going to not only to the running back and 2 or 3 wide outs, then you're going to be in trouble. And so we were going to kind of let Poppy sit there and throw it in the pocket. We knew we wouldn't get too much pressure on him just because of the screens, but we knew we had to control those or we were going to be in trouble. I tell you, our defense we're very talented over there, and Coach Preston and his staff do a great job, and they're not very happy right now giving up 37 points. They were expecting a better performance by our defense. And everybody else thinks we played really good because they were averaging close to 60 points a game, it's 64 points a game, I think, but we're not happy.
It's tough to be this good, right, Coach? I mean, you go up against an offense that's averaging about 100,000 points a game, and you hold them to 37, and there's disappointment in the room. Although I imagine you'd rather it be this way as opposed to them high-fiving and saying, "All right, we did it."
That's correct. We got a lot of pride on that side. We played very good defense all year, and we got a lot of pride And so we're going to see them here in about an hour, and they're going to know for sure that that's unacceptable to give anybody, whether it's Dallas Cowboys or anybody else, 37 points. And last week it was very unacceptable for our offense to only score 23 points. And we turned the ball over twice, once inside the one on first and goal, and another one. We made that very clear. It's very unacceptable to not only score 23 points, and now the message is going to be on the defense.
We're talking with Scott Surratt, the head coach of the Carthage Bulldogs, here on DCTF Live. Get involved with the conversation at hashtag DCTF Live. Coach, we haven't asked you about your quarterback yet. Kason Davis has had a really strong start to the year, a guy who on a team that, you guys do play a lot of juniors and a lot of sophomores. Here is a senior who kind of takes command of the offense. What is it that sets your signal caller apart?
Well, he's 6'2", 190. He runs 4.5 40, and he can really, really throw it. He
Helpful.
Just got to get a little bit more experience. He was his dad's offensive coordinator, Kevin Davis. I coached with him for at least probably 14 years of my career, and he came in with us 3 years ago. And so he was a little slow getting the offense and everything because it was a different offense. And but now it's just he's getting better and better with the experience he's getting on Friday night. And he's still got a long way to go. He realized it. We realize it. And he and his potential yet, but he's had a solid start.
And now you guys enter the bye week, a week ahead of district play. What is it during the bye week? What's your schedule going to be like? What are you guys going to be focusing on while you guys as you guys prepare for district play?
Well, just to get better. We dropped the ball on the ground a few times. And, we picked one, and then we fumbled it. And so the first thing we're going to do today after school is everybody, including offensive line, D-line, and everybody, would do a little ball security drill for about 10 minutes. And, we've got to make sure that that thing's the most important thing there is when that ball's kicked off. And, stuff like that, and get back to fundamentals. And we'll put some few things in for Henderson. Because we have an extra week, but the main thing is fundamentals and get us better.
And, of course, I do have to ask you before we let you go, got to ask you about your district. 9-4A Division I is it's a bear. Between Kilgore, who is currently in last place in that district at 1-3, but they're always going to be very strong. Henderson, you mentioned your next opponent, plus 3-1 teams like Bullard, Palestine. Center is always very good. This is a tough district, top to bottom. How do you view this district?
Well, it is. It's got to be the toughest district in the state, but we got to just view it one game at a time. And I know that's a cliche, but if you look forward in this district, then you're going to be looking after the first week. You're going to be looking forward with a loss, and that's just why we got to go one game at a time. Because if we don't, we're going to be in trouble. But they're solid coaches. I mean, really good coaching in this district and really good players. So we've got to win the. I don't say we have to win the first game, but it's a very, very crucial game for us. Yeah,
because there are some districts. I'm sure you've been in districts before where with 4 teams making the playoffs, you don't have to worry about missing the playoffs in a lot of regards. Here, there is a very real possibility that if you kind of mess around, you could end up all of a sudden being on the outside looking in week 11.
Well, that's no question. It happened to Henderson last year. They were undefeated going into district, ranked number 3 or 4 in the state, and and it was a tough district, and they ended up not making the playoffs. But they got pretty much everybody back off that last year's team, and they're more experienced. And, the Ebner kid's one of the better players in the state, there's no question. And Van Zant's a great player. They got a lot of players over there. But the whole district does. So that's the reason we play a very good preseason schedule to see every kind of offense, whether it's Gladewater and the wing tee and pound you or spread like Gilmer or whatever. And I think it prepares you for any kind of football we'll see in our district and hopefully in the playoffs.
He is Scott Surratt. He is the head coach of the undefeated Carthage Bulldogs. Coach, really appreciate your time. Congratulations on your big win. Enjoy your bye week, and I'm sure we'll be talking.
Thanks, Greg. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you.